My coworker expected me to cover for him every day, saying, "I have more important things to do. You actually care about this job." When I stopped helping, he told HR I was difficult to work with, expecting them to side with him. His smirk disappeared when HR pulled out the attendance logs and stated, "Actually, you haven't worked a full day in months, and that ends today." I work at a tech company in Chicago. Been there for almost 10 years. I take pride in my work and always aim to do my part. About a year ago, Jason joined as a project manager. From the start, he had this way of making his tasks seem more important than everyone else's. He'd often pass off his work, saying he had bigger things to handle. At first, I didn't think much of it. Helping out a colleague seemed like the right thing to do. But it became a pattern. Almost every day, Jason would come over with a new reason why he couldn't do his tasks and needed me to step in. He'd say things like, "You've got this, Mike. You actually care about this job." One day, he asked me to cover a client presentation with very little notice. I had my own deadlines and told him I couldn't help this time. He didn't take it well and started acting distant. A few days later, I got an email from HR about a meeting. In the meeting, they mentioned they'd received feedback that I was difficult to work with, especially concerning Jason. I explained the situation, detailing how Jason had been offloading his work onto me and how I'd decided to set boundaries. HR said they'd look into it. A week later, there was another meeting with Jason present. HR pointed out that, according to attendance logs, Jason hadn't worked a full day in months. They told him this needed to change immediately. After that, Jason stopped asking me to cover for him. Our interactions became strictly professional. The whole experience taught me the importance of setting boundaries at work. Things got quiet for a while after that HR meeting. Jason mostly kept to himself. He'd nod when he passed me in the hallway but didn't speak much. I figured he got the message. But then weird stuff started happening. One Monday, I logged into the shared project dashboard, and several of my reports were gone. Not edited. Just missing. I checked the version history. Someone had deleted them over the weekend. I asked IT who had logged in under my credentials, and they told me no one else had. But Jason had admin access, same as me. I sent an email to my manager asking if they had backed up the reports. Got a vague reply, "You should always keep personal backups." I didn't push it. I stayed late that night and rewrote what I could. The next week, my calendar started getting flooded with fake meeting invites. All from internal tests, sent during hours I usually had calls. Some had links to nowhere. Some had real client names, which made it worse because I missed one call with a big client, thinking it was another fake invite. I looked unprepared, and that meeting didn't go well. That's when I realized Jason wasn't done. I started keeping records. Every interaction. Every strange tech issue. I even began documenting small stuff, like who was in the office late or who accessed which documents. I didn't tell anyone. I just waited. Then came the team review cycle. Jason submitted peer reviews calling me rigid, inflexible, and not a team player. I only found out because someone from HR I trusted gave me a heads up. My reviews had never been anything less than solid. This was a new tactic. I asked HR if I could respond. They said reviews were anonymous, but I knew where it came from. He was laying the groundwork to push me out. Frame me like I was the problem. Still, I didn't react. Just kept doing my job. Showed up early. Left late. Did the work. Then one Friday, there was an email to the team. Mandatory client summit next week. Presenters, Jason, Mike. No warning. No prep. Just dumped in there like I had agreed. I walked over to his desk. He was laughing with someone but stopped when he saw me. "What's this?" I asked, pointing at the email. "Oh, didn't I mention? We're co-presenting." "You didn't." "Well, you're always on top of the details. Thought you'd help make us both look good." He smiled like it was a compliment. I walked away. That weekend, I didn't rest. I put together the cleanest, sharpest, most airtight presentation I'd ever made. Double-checked every figure. Triple-checked every slide. I was going to make damn sure I didn't get blamed for anything. Monday came. The room was full clients, leadership, a few VPs. Jason walked in 10 minutes late, barely looked at the slides, and winged his part. I went next. Walked through every number, answered every question, even corrected something Jason said earlier that was flat out wrong. After the meeting, one of the VPs pulled me aside. "You've been carrying this for a while, haven't you?" I didn't answer, just nodded once. He nodded back. Noted. That's when things started to shift, but not in the way I expected. The week after the presentation, things fell off. Jason didn't show up for 2 days. No email, no notice. On the third day, he rolled in around noon wearing sunglasses indoors. Said he'd been under the weather. I kept my head down and stayed focused. I figured maybe the higher-ups were finally seeing things clearly. I was wrong. That Friday, I got pulled into another meeting with HR. Different person this time, someone from corporate. Not friendly. Not neutral. They told me there were concerns about my behavior. Said there'd been a report that I'd created a hostile work environment for Jason, that I'd made it hard for him to do his job, that I had been undermining his role and trying to usurp leadership responsibilities. I felt my jaw lock. I asked for specifics. They wouldn't give any. Said it was being looked into. Said I'd be temporarily reassigned to a different team while the investigation was ongoing. Same pay, different duties. No more client-facing work. It was a hit. No question about it. The kicker? Jason was named acting team lead while the transition was in process. I left the room shaking. It felt like betrayal from every angle. That weekend, I went back through everything I'd collected, screenshots, email headers, calendar invites, Slack logs. I hadn't planned on using them. I just wanted to protect myself. But now it was time. I sent a package to corporate HR, anonymous return label. Inside, a detailed report. Timestamps. Access logs. Deleted file records. Side-by-side comparisons showing Jason copying work I'd done and rebranding it under his name. Even a few recordings, not illegal, just screen captures of odd meetings and Slack conversations. I didn't say a word to anyone. On Monday, Jason was acting like king of the hill. Barking orders, laughing louder than usual. He made a point of walking past my new desk near the copier, throwing a fake pity smile my way. Midweek, I noticed a change. HR reps started having closed-door meetings. Jason started looking tense. He wasn't calling the shots as loudly. He stayed at his desk more. I knew something was up. By Friday, his door was shut most of the day. That afternoon, I got an email from the same VP who had pulled me aside after the client summit. He asked me to join a meeting Monday morning with himself and 2 senior managers. No subject. No explanation. I didn't reply. Just confirmed I'd be there. Jason left early that day. No one said why. That weekend, I didn't rest. I went through everything again. I wasn't sure what Monday meant, but I had to be ready. And Monday, well, that meeting was nothing like I expected. Monday morning, I walked into the conference room. The VP was there, along with 2 senior managers I didn't usually deal with. One of them closed the door behind me. No small talk. No water bottles. Just silence for a second too long. Then the VP said, "We got your package." I didn't speak. He continued, "We did our own digging. You were right. Actually, underestimated how deep it went. Turns out Jason had been falsifying work logs for months. Using old reports, tweaking dates, even copying entire project briefs from external sources and pasting them as his own. The IT team matched access logs. HR found inconsistencies in payroll. He even got paid for weekends when he wasn't scheduled. And it wasn't just me. He had done similar things to at least 2 other coworkers before they quietly quit or got moved. They asked if I wanted to file a formal grievance. I said no. I just wanted to do my job. That was true, partly. By noon, Jason's badge stopped working. Someone saw him at the front desk yelling about how it was all a misunderstanding. Security came up a few minutes later. I watched from the second floor as they walked him out. He didn't look smug anymore. Just stunned. That fake calm he always wore was gone. But here's the twist. I didn't come out of this clean either. HR reviewed everything, including the anonymous report. They knew it was for me. They told me I should have come forward directly instead of collecting dirt in the background. Said it created a trust concern. Even though I was right, my silence worked against me. The VP told me, we won't penalize you, but we're not forgetting it either. They moved me back to my original team, but something had shifted. People looked at me differently. Some admired me for standing up. Others whispered. Some just avoided me. The promotion I was quietly in line for? Gone. No explanation. Just delayed until things settle. Maybe forever. And the worst part? I became the guy who taught everyone else to keep score. After that, people stopped helping each other as much. Everyone documented everything. Trust disappeared. Team spirit faded. The place never felt the same. I got what I wanted. Jason was exposed, fired, humiliated. But I didn't walk away feeling like I'd won. I'd let him drag me down to his level. Revenge felt good for about 5 minutes. Then it just felt empty. And I'm still here. Working. Watching my back. Wondering if someone's watching theirs because of me. Jason thought he could game the system and make me the fall guy. He was wrong. But in the end, we both lost something. And that's the part nobody talks about.